All right, lovers of Biafra, lovers of our leader Nnamdi Kanu. Welcome to Afris Concept TV, where we deliberate and have discussions regarding our leader Nnamdi Kanu and the unjust detention of our leader for the past 4 years now. And is very very sad with the new developments and the happenings in this country called Nigeria. Nigeria has expired, as we all know. Nigeria expired about 11 years ago. In the first place, please note that Nigeria's amalgamation of 1914 was a forceful one. It was never a it was never a fair amalgamation. It was not something that was done uh, out of free will of the Igbos. The amalgamation was forced on them by Lord Lord Lugard. And ever since that time, the the country has been in disarray. And reason why they forced Igbos and Biafras to be part of the amalgamation, the first marriage, the first union uh, that brought the country called Nigeria into existence. It was because the Biafrans are intellectual, the Biafrans are gifted, naturally gifted, and they solely depended on themselves, aside from their dependence on God. They believe in what they can do. They believe they can actually stand on their own. And that is why they are ready to question everything you want them to do. They will question you and know why they should do it. Unlike our neighbors, the Fulanis and the Yorubas, I mean the Oduduwas. you know Most of them, although the Oduduwas do ask question, but the Fulanis, they don't really ask questions. So, and that is why the the amalgamation was done just to siphon, just to steal the natural resources of our dear land. And that is to tell you that the Nigeria has expired. That union has really expired, and the Biafrans are ready to go. And coupled with uh, the sidelining of the Igbos in this country called Nigeria. The sidelining has made it this thing that the Igbos say they want to go. you know, and the Nigerian government are insisting and holding them down that they should not go. But our leader has risen. Our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has risen to fight. He has risen up to fight and to get freedom for uh, our people, for his people, the southeast and the Biafrans at large. But considering what has happened recently, don't forget that the Moroccan uh, king, monarch, has also come out to promise that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a just man that is a lion of Africa, that he should be released, and that he is ready to put his own natural resources in line just for the freedom of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And do not also forget that one senator like that, Senator Ned Nwoko, came out recently to say that keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention has been unjust. For keeping him for that 4 years has been unjust.
For us here. Senator, thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Your face has been all over the media in the last few days.
It happens.
For personal family reasons.
It happens.
I hope everything is calm.
Well, we are
trying
to manage the situation.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're a man of many parts.
Yes.
People underestimate you, though.
Oh, do they?
Your capacity.
Well, I am who I am.
You're an Old Testament man.
Yes, I am.
But everything is on the camera right now.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's not the business of the day, so let's go to the business of the day. Why are you advocating? You are the major pusher, especially on the floor of the Senate. And you have argued with your colleagues the need for an Aniama state. And don't even begin the conversation around marginalization, because that's the first thing, because people will say, we have Southwest 6 states, South, 6 states, Northeast 6 states, North Central 6 states, Northwest 7 states, but Southeast 5 states. Is that part of the agenda to fix the Southeast that seems to be smaller in terms of the number of states, or what?
Well, almost just over a year ago, I had a meeting with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where I discussed about the problems of Southeast, the insecurity in Southeast. You know, what do we do to address it? And he knows the problems, and he also has an idea. The whole idea is that there should be some level of equity extended to the Igbos of Southeast by having an additional state. It wasn't going to be an easy task, you know, to create one, but it is doable. And I'm happy that we have come this far. The point is this: even at that time, it was understood that the problems of Southeast, the agitations of the youths of Southeast, the killings there, the referring to the ESN groups and ESN and IPOB and the rest of them. These are young people who have come up to say that they are fighting for freedom because they are marginalized. And one of the areas that they've all spoken about and against is the fact that they are the only zone. Southeast is the only zone in Nigeria that has 5 states. Why is that? Why was it done intentionally to undermine them? Of course, yes. And from engaging those youths, it became so obvious that if a step is taken in creating one state, just one state, to bring it apart with the 5 other zones, let's leave Northwest out of this now, at least bring it apart to the 4 other zones, then something would have been done for them. You know, yes, they are clamoring for different things, but I mean, not least, of course, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They're asking for it. We know that that is something that has to be done. You know, you would just say
Nnamdi Kanu to be
oh yes, yeah, of course.
Why do you think so?
Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody for some time now. I believe that he has been held unjustly. Many people feel that way.
As a lawyer, do you think so?
Oh yes, yes. You know,
that the judicial process is unjust?
Yes, yeah, no, it has been. There's a lot of delays in prosecuting him and all that. If you want to get him tried and convicted, get on with it. You know, but this is a guy who has been held unjustly aside, for so many months.
And the Buhari government started it.
I'm not talking about this government.
Trial. No, so the point I'm even making now.
I'm talking about the previous government under Buhari.
When it's facing a judicial process right now. Yes. Saying it's just because the argument is that there should be a political solution, maybe a null prosecution. Prosecution should be established on that for the case to be withdrawn. But there are those who say, well, there are allegations and it's left for the law for him to have his day in court, which is in process.
But as you know, there have been some pronouncements by the Federal High Court, which has not been respected. So his incarceration is the main reason for the crisis in Southeast. The crisis started before he was even arrested.
No. The killings, the burning of police station, the killing of police officers and all whatnot.
Well, look, the problem in Southeast is very different from what is in the Northeast or Northwest and all those areas. The problem in the Southeast has to do with the perceived injustice by governments, successive governments. So what needs to be done? And one of it's why I'm here today, talking about the creation of states to make up the number up to 5. And then you have the release of Nnamdi Kanu. By the time you do these two things, I am almost certain that peace will return to Southeast.
Let me ask you this question.
I have spoken to so many youths in from Southeast, and they have assured me that that they are prepared to be engaged by us, by the leadership. When this is done, they don't want to die. The youths don't want to die. They want to go back to schools. They want to go back to their jobs. All they want is some level of respect and acknowledgement by the nation, by the government of Nigeria.
I want to ask you, and this exists in almost every region of the country, where you have your brothers in different states and all whatnot. Are there Igbos outside of the 5 states of the Southeast in Nigeria today?
Well, I'm surprised you're asking.
No, because for the sake of our...
Yes, for the sake of your listeners.
Yeah.
Let me say this. When it was Western Nigeria, when we had Western Nigeria, I'm sure you've heard of some people being described as Western Igbos. Subsequently, when Midwest was created, by referendum, as you know, they were called Midwest Igbos. Then the name changed to Bendel. They were called Bendel Igbos. And of course, Delta came up with Edo State, and now they're called the Delta Igbos. And that is the Anyomas, the people, our people.
9 local governments
areas.
In that senatorial district.
And we are almost completely Igbos. Of course, there are arguments about some areas, some people have come from Igala or come from Benin. But the fact is that, according to Delta State gazetted laws, there are only 5 ethnic groups in Delta: the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Ejos, the Shekiris, and the Isokos. There's no mention of Benin. There's no mention of Yorubas, or also within Delta North.
Apart from Delta North, there are those who say, and you might be touching the wrong nerve here. In River State, for example, there are Igbos there.
Of course,
the Ikweres.
Opobos.
Or the Opobos.
They're everywhere. Igbos are everywhere. Igbos actually.
So if you create, for example, are you hoping that they will join the Anoma State, or Anoma State is going to solely from your proposition and the literature that they have put forward, is going to be solely from the 9 local government areas of Delta North?
Look, initially, my bill was centered around the 9 local government areas of Delta North. And however, a lot has happened since then. But if you look at the explanatory note to my bill, it talks about the Anoma State to become the 6th state of the Southeast, the 37th state of the country.
Because the Southeast, so the 5 states in the Southeast see you as Igbos.
Of course, yes.
And I've heard, I don't speak much of Igbo, but I've heard
I can tell you, look,
the funkified Igbos of the Anomas.
No. Every language has dialects. Every language, even Yorubas, from Lagos to Oyo to...
Even the Enugu Igbo is different from the Abia Igbo, is different from the Onitsha Igbo.
Yes. But we are all Igbos. Anyoma is historically an Igbo enclave. And there's no doubt about that. From our names to our language, to our culture, our tradition, our food, everything is Igbo. And we have always identified ourselves as Igbos. Of course, there were two reasons why, for so many, almost like centuries, we were kept at the back burner, kind of confined to Western Nigeria. And why most people or some people from my area seem to have gotten to the point where they were not sure whether they were Igbos or not Igbos. But majority of us understand who we are and understand where we've come from. And let me just explain what I mean. There are, during the war, the Civil War, most people, we had the Asaba massacre. After the Asaba massacre and the rest of the killings within our area, we were told as kids that if you see Nigerian soldiers, you must not admit that you are Igbo. You must tell them that you're from Benin or that you are Yoruba. These are kind of things that we had to do to survive the ethnic cleansing that happened at that time. So, of course, there was also this issue of Benin Empire. At the time there was a Benin Empire where, Benin at its height extended their tentacles to our area. So much so that some people began to think that they were Benis. But we're not Benis, we're Igbos. There's nothing Benin about us.
So you have people from Agbo, from Kwale, part of, I'm looking at the major areas of the north, the north now that we now seed into what we now be called Anioma state. The question is the Ukwani people, they are opposing it.
And also forget that the Nigerian court does not have the power to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There's no court in Nigeria that have that power to try our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do not also forget that the Nigerian government kidnapped our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, and which Kenyan court has also condemned the action of kidnapping someone from their country and taking that person to where he does not want to be by force. Is just look at all these condemnations coming left, right, and center. Nobody has ever condemned, no reasonable person has ever condemned our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do not also forget that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi has also come out again to say that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is worthy of trust, and he has proven himself to be far, far, far better than Sunday Igboho of Southwest of Oduduwa. Our leader has been in detention, but yet he has brought good names to the Igbos and to Biafrans. Despite the fact that he has been in detention, Nnamdi Kanu is like a light that shines. No matter where you keep him, he will always shine. Even if you keep him in darkness, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will become light there. He has been in detention, but yet he's still bringing good names to the Igbos. Unlike Ojus Okalo that sold out. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was offered bribe of 500 billion, and he refused to sell his people, Biafrans, to Nigeria. And again, Sunday Igboho was offered 50 billion, and he sold his fight. He sold his people and collected money. So when they say Igbos like money, they should look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they say Igbos, they don't like themselves, they should look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has rejected the bribe of 500 billion and is still fighting, who has put his life in danger for the freedom and emancipation of his people. So, but the question we are asking today is, what is the way forward? Biafran lovers, what is the way forward? We are not going to fold our hands and be watching this injustice continue going on. We should also rise up. We should also rise up. When they reject you, you will not remain. You have to do something. Nigerian government has rejected the Igbos. Therefore, the Igbos have to stand and fight for what belongs to them. We have to fight for what belongs to us. We have to fight and defend our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have to prove that we are really with him, that he's not there alone. Whenever they call protest, come out and protest. Come out and condemn the injustice being meted out on our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader says that we should not be killing ourselves. The insecurity in the southeast should stop. We cannot get Biafra by killing ourselves, but rather we should remain steadfast, and praying for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And also, whenever there is protest, we should come out and protest, peaceful protest, and together we are going to demand our freedom, and we are going to get it, no matter the time it will take. It will take a little time, but if we are not doing it for ourselves, at least let us do it for our children and children's children. So the question we are asking today is, what is the way forward? Biafran, what is the way forward? Please use the comment section to tell us your opinion concerning what is the way forward. What should we be doing? What's supposed to be our actions? What's supposed to be our own part of the country? What are we contributing? What should we be expecting in the nearest future regarding the court case and all the rest? So do well to use the comment section to tell us your opinion. And if this is the first time you are coming across Afris Concept TV, this channel is totally for Biafrans. If you are an enemy of Biafra, please get lost. We don't really want you here if you are an enemy. But the Bible says that if you are not against us, that means you are with us. If you are not against us, you are for us. So therefore, injustice done at one place is injustice done everywhere. You may say it's not your business, it does not concern you, you don't like Biafra, you do this, yeah. Tomorrow, that injustice can be upon you. So speak against injustice anywhere, no matter who the injustice is being done to. So speak against injustice. But if you look and say you don't want to support what is right, then get lost from this channel. It's not for you. We are not begging you to stay. But for the lovers and lovers of truth, lovers of freedom, people that love the truth and people that says the truth, please tell us your opinion through the comment section, and we'll be glad to read them all and analyze them and take corrections from you. Remain blessed till when we see next time. This is Afris Concept TV. May God bless you.